Watch what you want, when you want. Eurosport Player, the best way to watch sport wherever you are. To find out more, go to eurosportplayer.com.
Hello, for the final time from Chengdu. It's the final of Snooker's International Championship, and it's already been a very interesting battle between Neil Robertson and Judd Trump. Robertson leads 5-4 after the first session. It's first to 10 who wins the first prize of £125,000, and play has just started. Final session just underway. Nothing potted yet. Judd Trump at the table here, trailing 5-4. As I say, it's first to 10 who will become champion. It promises to be very dramatic and entertaining, we hope, final session. I'm David Hendon, Joe Johnson alongside me. Well, I think before it started, Joe, we found it hard to pick a winner, and that still remains the case.
Yes, and what a great final this is turning out to be. Judd Trump and Neil Robertson, two of the most attacking players in the game. Judd Trump, the new #1 in the world after this event. And it's proving to be as every bit exciting as we thought it was going to be. Very nervous 7th frame, which Judd Trump managed to win to make it 8th frame, which Judd Trump managed to win to make it 4 each after 8 frames. But it was Neil Robertson who took that last one of the session. So it's all to play for now.
Yep, settle back and enjoy it all with us here this afternoon. Going to be some nerves as well. That's understandable. This is a big tournament, new tournament, but a lot of money at stake. Neil Robertson's first ranking final in China, but he's won 10 of his 11 televised finals. Judd Trump in his second successive final in China. He lost, of course, in a decider, 10-9 to John Higgins in the Shanghai Masters just a few weeks ago.
Yes, after being 7-2 up, I believe. John Higgins made a maximum in that match. Well, he's got choices here, Neil Robertson. But he doesn't want to leave that red over the baulk corner. This red to the left centre, very tight at this angle. But it'd be on the blank if it went in. Just drifted to the left slightly, and that happened in one of the other pockets earlier on. Now as he left the red to the baulk corner. No damage done then.
On the head-to-head between them before play began. 4-3 Robertson. They had two big meetings last season. Trump won 9-7 in the semi-finals of the UK Championship. Robertson won 6-3 in the semi-finals of the Masters. And of course, they each went on to win those titles. Trump at York in the UK and Robertson at the Alexandra Palace in London won the Masters.
Well, it could be a re-rack, this. Both players just touching the balls there.
Leo Scully and the referee already kind of asking the question, I think. Neil Robertson now asking the question to Judd Trump, and they've agreed to start again. Well, don't often hear a re-rack get a round of applause, but there we are. We're going to start this frame again because it was going nowhere.
Yes, once a ball goes up into the baulk area, and especially near a pocket, What other choice have they got?
Well, at least they were sensible there, and they got to the rack pretty quickly. The World Final where Steve Davis beat Doug Mountjoy, it was re-racked on the blue. Balls got stuck in pockets.
Yes, I think I remember that one. It was just tippy-tappy, wasn't it? All the way. It was going nowhere at all.
Frame 10.
The first frame of the final session of the International Championship final has been re-racked, so this is take 2. It's 5-4 to Neil Robertson. 10 the target to win the first prize of £125,000. Two terrific potters, great break builders. They played well, both of them this week. And two of the game's real big hitters. Judd Trump is the new world #1, whatever happens here. Neil Robertson has held that position. He'll be 5th in the rankings at the end of play, whatever happens, whether he wins or loses.
Yes, we've got a lot of big tournaments to come, and both of these players made a lot of century breaks already this season. 22 centuries for Judd Trump there.
Well, Neil Robertson.
Well, that's most unfortunate. But he did catch it much too thick. Pushing the red over the left corner has given Neil Robertson a chance.
Yes, the World Billiards Championship was a week ago in Leeds, won by Pankaj Advani, who actually withdrew from this tournament to play in it. He'd have been pleased with that shot.
He made a good decision then. And this man here already had 18 centuries. He's not going to get one that shot. That was a careless miss. Played it with a touch of right hand side, which made the shot a little bit more difficult to avoid reds. So a long pot for Judd Trump now. He just seemed to get down and whack that one, didn't he? And he's been very fortunate, that red going into the pack of reds. He could have left something a lot easier than this. In fact, has he left anything? I don't think the red passes the green. Very fortunate. Nothing goes there, possible plant maybe, but very risky. Yeah, just the safety. So he's very fortunate there, Judd Trump. He missing that red. The red colliding into that pack of reds. Well, it could have been end of frame if Neil Robertson had been able to pot one.
Yes, and no matter how good you are, as we know in this sport, you do need a bit of luck now and again. He got it there, Trump.
And let nobody say he can't play safe. He found the line of the shot there perfectly. Cue ball just may have come past the yellow. He's nodding at something, he's not happy. It looks pretty good to me. Maybe he wanted it dead on the cushion. Caught that one much too thin. And this time it's Neil Robertson's turn to have that little bit of run. Could so easily have left the red on by the black spot, but the red came to block the pocket for the other red.
Can't beat a big final, can you, Joe? Particularly a close one, and particularly featuring two such exciting players.
Well, what a treat we've all got in store, that's all I can say. It's brilliant to have a front row seat to watch these two great players. None more so great than him. The other one has already won the World Championship. Judd Trump, I feel sure, is on his way. Well, he's left a tempter here, but it's a tough shot. But he has the cue power to bring that cue ball back towards Bork.
At the moment, they're not quite going in, are they? Which, in a way, is understandable. We are in the first frame of the final session. Both players looking to settle down.
Yeah, it's difference of 2 frames, this, isn't it? 5 each or 6-4. 6-4, and Neil Robertson's got a little bit of breathing space. Can start taking those type of reds on. 5 each. Well, anybody's game. Doesn't want Judd Trump to settle, and 6-4 would keep him unsettled.
Yes, and it's quite some record he's got, isn't it? 11 TV finals before today, and he's only lost one of them. That was the best of 7 in Galway against Stephen Lee in the PTC finals last season.
Some record. Could have took the long red on. Decided to keep things very tight. Wanted to come in behind the red there, which would have made the safety play from Judd Trump just that little bit more difficult. This is risky. Well, that was very risky. Again, you don't know where the red's going to go when you miss the red, and that could be very costly. It's very unfortunate for the red to go over the middle pocket, you've got to say that. But it could go anywhere. It could have rattled and gone up over the other middle pocket. When you take a pot on, you don't know where it's going to finish.
Mobile phone makes an unwelcome introduction into this final session.
Wow, what about that, David? What a let-off. Wasn't easy, but it was a chance. Judd Trump will be delighted. Well, that red must have gone, but he seemed to catch the other red. Very thick. He can't believe it.
Maybe we should have another re-rack. They're just struggling, aren't they, at the moment, to just settle into this final session.
It'll come.
Yes, it's the right time of year for fireworks. I'm sure we'll get some later on.
Can always rely on you, David. Another chance to the left corner. Caught it much too thin, and he was a little fortunate to have caught the jaws of the pocket there, and that slowed the cue ball down. Possible pot to the right corner here. Judd Trump. What about that? Really connected with that. Unfortunately, that's where he played the cue ball.
Judd Trump.
But what a
1.
tremendous pot. Tremendous opening pot of this final session. Well, has he missed the snooker? No, he's got him. He's got to get the pace right here. Otherwise he could be leaving a red on. And it looks a little heavy. And he's okay, caught the red fairly full. They're both very, very good safety players when they put the mind to it.
Yes, they've each become, over the years, big match players. Judd Trump won the UK final last season. Neil Robertson, the Masters, two of the biggest events in the game. And of course, Robertson also has won the World Championship. Judd Trump very nearly won it in 2011, just lost out 18-15 to John Higgins.
Yes, what a great final that was. At one stage I thought he had John Higgins. But John, being the great fighter that he is, he stuck in when things wasn't going for him, and then it just seemed to change.
Let's not forget as well, these two played in the first round of that tournament when Robertson was defending champion. That was a best of 19, as this is, and Judd Trump won 10-8. Of course, he had just won the China Open, so he was full of confidence.
And once again, that was a great match, wasn't it? Cue ball very close to the cushion. Always makes the return safety so much more difficult. And he's in a bit of trouble here. There's no way back to balk. Just thinking about landing up to one. The one nearest the left corner pocket looks the favourite, but he's got to be very careful. Got to get the weight right again. And this time didn't manage it. May have left a red on to the right corner. What about that? And he's got a good kiss on the pink, but surely he deserves something for taking that red on. Quite unbelievable, that.
Well, you certainly can't accuse Judd Trump of being hesitant.
Well, he waited for a half chance, and that's all it was, that. A half chance. It was, in fact, it was probably a red that most people wouldn't have taken on.
That's the point, he waited, but when the chance came, he took at this full-blooded. No holding back. What can he make from it?
Well, black and pink out of commission at the moment. But if you can get right side of the blue, I know he's right side of the blue there, but he can't go into that cluster. If you can get sufficiently the right side of the blue, you could try and bring the pink into play, and that would make a difference.
$14. 19. 20.
Well, could have left a nice angle on the blue there, but refused to do so. Just having a look to see if the pink goes to the right
25.
centre.
$26.
Obviously it does.
Thank you. 32.
He must also go to the left corner.
33.
Now this time he has got a nice angle. Perfectly played.
38.
Didn't need to hit them too hard. Knew he was going to be on the red into the middle. Worst case scenario. But he's on a nice red to the left corner.
39.
Didn't play that one well though. Played for the pink. And now he's got a tough blue. Well, that wasn't a bad angle. It could have been a lot worse.
Thank you. 45.
Doesn't take long to score, does he? 48 in front with this pink.
And it wasn't an easy table this, was it? Black out of commission. Pink only
51.
available into a couple of pockets. But he's manoeuvred that cue ball beautifully.
52.
He's got to finish the right side of the blue here, and he has done. Now he's got choices to make here. He's had a look at these two reds to see if they're a plant to the left corner. If they're not, he may decide to go into them. Doesn't want to be straight here. That looks
57.
okay. Just needs a little angle. Pink's available to the right middle.
And the pink would be frame ball.
58.
So it looks like it's going to be on as even.
Terrific break this. It was a rather nervy start to the session. We had a re-rack in this frame. A few misses, but looks like Judd Trump settled down now.
65.
But he hasn't cleared up. 65. Robertson may play on here. 62 behind, 51 on. Chance of a free ball.
Yes, and it also gives Neil just a chance to pop a couple of balls, get the feel of the table. Could do with the black. He's played for the black straight away. Got to make sure of the black though, and then just play the safety.
Neil Robertson, 8.
Well, you never know, do you? We were reminiscing, Joe, last night with Mike Hallett about the time at the Masters when he got 4 snookers on the colours to beat John Parrott.
Yes, and he lets us know about it, doesn't it? And why shouldn't he? It was a tremendous achievement. Anything can happen in this game.
Yes, it just, even if Robertson doesn't win this frame, it just plants a little bit of doubt in Trump's mind. He's not won it yet. If the pink had gone in that he missed, he'd be over by now.
Well, chance of getting in behind the green here. Not with that red, but with this one maybe. Has to just miss the middle pocket. Didn't take the risk. He's left a chance, a half chance for Judd Trump.
Foul. Judd
Oh
Trump.
dear, well that surely is the end. He's left a red on to the yellow pocket, so
Conceded frame, Judd Trump.
in fact he has conceded the frame. So we are on as even. Judd Trump 5, Neil Robertson 5 here in Chengdu.
A single spark can turn night into day. A single idea can change the world. A single sword can turn the tides of war. One player can create an empire. You can make the difference. Sign up now for Forge of Empires at FOE.tv.
All your favourite events from Eurosport and Eurosport 2 are also available on Eurosport Player. The multi-channel function allows you to watch Eurosport, Eurosport 2 and Eurosport News at the same time. Additional live coverage on the bonus channels, plus an extensive on-demand library lets you watch what you want, when you want. Eurosport Player, the best way to watch sport wherever you are. To find out more, go to eurosportplayer.com.
Well, Judd Trump has won the first frame of this final session, so we're level at 5 frames all. First to 10 will win this new international championship. Trump has just broken off there in frame 11. Been a total of 13 tournaments so far this season, big and small. We've had 13 different winners. And if Judd Trump wins this, it'll be 14 different winners from 14 tournaments.
One.
Well, a raise of the hand. Didn't intend it. But he's not on a colour. But a chance to put Neil Robertson in a little bit of trouble. Looks to me like anywhere close to the black is trouble. Here it is again. Trying to miss the black. pot the red in the right corner. Take the cue ball back to baulk.
Good trump. 1.
I'm not sure if you can see enough of the red just behind the black spot. It looks trouble if you can't. Oh, good kiss on the yellow. That red was going over the pocket. So Neil Robertson's turn to have a little bit of run. Well, again, you've got to say that it was worth the double. But if you're going to miss those type of shots, you need to miss it on the left-hand angle. If it hits the right-hand angle, which it did, it's come back towards baulk. And again, it's Judd Trump's turn to be a little fortunate there. Is it worth trying to pot it to the middle? It'd be safe. If he missed it, it wasn't far away, and he was on the black. Well, look where the red's run. That's so unfortunate for Neil Robertson. Although he did play it a bit pacey. Can just pot it.
1.
Indeed, that's what he has done.
Yes, just is all he needs, isn't it?
Just Judd Trump. Doesn't miss many long ones. So he's in again. Right to the left middle. Right to the left corner. Slightly hampered with this red. No, he's okay.
4.
Would have been if it had been a right-handed player.
Yes, of course, this is an all left-handed final. We've not had many of those down the years. The first was Tony Meo against Dean Reynolds, British Open, 1989. A couple of names for you there, Joe.
Well done, David. How do you pick these out? He wasn't looking at record books there. Picking that out from memory.
I was up all night researching that.
Yeah, two great players though. Tony Mayo, saw him a few weeks ago.
10.
Looking well. So the blue will go back on its own spot if he pots it here. Well, a little thicker on the kiss. He would have freed the pink and been left on the red to the left corner. What an intelligent shot he just played there, knowing full well if he didn't get it right, he always had this one. Would like to bring the pink into play, so may play the cannon to the red to the right of the pink.
$21. 22.
Again, his snooker brain played the cannon to the reds to the left of the pink, knowing that the red that's blocking the way for the pink goes to the left corner. Again, very clever play. Very clever break building from Judd Trump.
27. Eight.
A little short on the blue, a little far for the pink.
$33. 34.
Just thinking about that final, I've just named the 89 British Open. Judd Trump wasn't even born then. Wasn't born till August later that year.
He would have seen a lot of that final. Thought he would have taken the blue there, but he's not bothered about using the rest. Needs to come past a little more. Well, he'll need the rest again if he takes the red
7.
just to the left of the pink.
Please
The
make
one
sure
down the
it's switched
cushion,
off.
a lot more difficult.
Judd
Yes,
Trump,
he was just
37.
out of position. Hasn't killed the frame off. So Neil Robertson's still in with a shout in this frame. Here's the red again. That was a long way away for him. Good pot. Needs that cue ball to come out of baulk.
Yeah.
And it has just. There you can get a glimpse of that red next to the pink. It does go to the left corner. Well, it passes the pink. Whether it goes to the pocket or not, not sure, because of the red that's closest to that particular pocket.
Five. Six.
Neil's turn to be a little short. Coming back down for the blue.
$11. 12.
Played with a lot of right hand side on the cue ball. But again, he hasn't come far enough on this blue. Lots of topspin and left-hand side on the cue ball, but I don't think it's going to be hard enough. Or too hard, take your pick.
17.
Couldn't possibly play that plant. Reds are too far apart.
Neil Robertson, 17.
I'd be disappointed there, just 17, because he's not really got going yet in this session.
Yes, he never got the cue ball under control there, did he? It was always the wrong side of the blue. He needed one good positional shot, and he could have had a chance at winning this frame. Well, he's got to try and miss the blue with the cue ball here. Try and bring the red round off 2 cushions and land it on that side, left side cushion. Well, he thought of another shot. And again, he's been a little fortunate. He's brought the red in front of the red to block it going into this left corner. Well, that's a disaster. And it's Neil Robertson's turn to have a bit of luck. Very, very fortunate there. Played to miss the jaws of the pocket. Well, whoever wins this final has got to have a bit of luck. There's got to be something that makes the difference between these two.
And it could be in the deciding frame, because this just has the feeling of being close all the way through this final session.
I agree. Well, this is a tough safety. He could go for the pot if he feels that he's no other option. If he plays safe off of this red he was aiming at, he's got to catch it very thin, and he's got to avoid the red by the middle pocket if he catches it very thin. Going for the pot now. Well, surely he's not going to get away with it again, and he hasn't. Well, sometimes when you just can't see the safety shot or it's dangerous, sometimes it's just as well to go for the pot.
1.
Don't always leave it. $22 points the difference in favour of Judd Trump. You would expect him to win from here, but There's a lot of pressure out there.
Fine. Yeah. 6.
And hit that one. Or maybe he felt he got a kick. It sounded kicky. He was looking at the blue, but no guaranteed position on the red, and he needs another one. Well, he was a long way off that. He needs some luck, and he got it. The raise of the hand, but, well, he should have been banging drums there. I don't know about a raise of the hand. How fortunate was that, David?
Well, he's missed it by such a distance, hasn't he? But to finish there, incredible, really.
Foul and a miss. Judd
Well,
Trump.
does
4.
this red pass the pink? It does.
One.
Well, once again, that wasn't a good positional shot. I think he'll still win the frame from this visit. He just needs the pink or the blue.
Green ball.
Well, the green passes the blue, so that's a bonus. So just needs the red now,
4.
and he's going to go a frame up.
5.
Just the start he wanted.
Well, he won the match of the tournament in the quarter-finals. He beat Mark Allen 6-5. Of course, Mark Allen known as the Pistol, and I think it's fair to say Judd Trump has dodged a couple of bullets in this frame. Got a little lucky, but you take it while it's there. There's no guarantee it's still going to be there later on in this session. Concern for Robertson, though, is that he was in. He only made 17. Didn't really make much impact on the first frame either, so
20.
he hasn't quite settled down yet, I don't think, the Australian. Vicious miscue, but it doesn't matter. So for the first time since the third frame, Judd Trump is in front in this final. He was 5-4 down coming out to play the final session, but he now leads Neil Robertson here in Chengdu by 6 frames to 5. There's more right after the break.
Shanghai. There are many reasons to visit the cultural center of Eastern Asia and China's most vibrant city. And this November, there's yet another. The FIA World Touring Car Championship debuts at the Shanghai International Circuit. Come and share the excitement of a weekend of unforgettable racing in an unforgettable city. The FIA WTCC in Shanghai, from the 2nd to the 4th of November.
A single spark can turn night into day. A single idea can change the world. A single sword can turn the tides of war. One player can create an empire. You can make the difference. Sign up now for Forge of Empires at FOE.tv.
Tense snooker here, and it will be, I'm sure, right to the end, whenever that might be. It's 6-5 to Judd Trump. First to 10 wins this international championship, takes away a cheque for £125,000. It's worth reiterating, whatever happens, Judd Trump will be the new world #1. Although, of course, he's not playing in the Asian PDC that's coming up this week, and Mark Selby is, and Selby's not that far behind him, so there's no guarantee Trump's going to keep that for that long. We'll see. It all depends on results, of course. But his mind at the moment, of course, he's focused on the final. He's made the better start to this session. He's won the first 2 frames. Both players have just stepped out of the arena. I noticed Peter Ebden is ensconced in the audience. Of course, he was beaten in the semis by Trump, but he's stayed on with his wife. I know they've been off to see the giant pandas in the nearby reserve. 80% of the world's giant pandas are based here in Chengdu. Well, Leo Scullion has just collared someone with a mobile phone and told him to turn it off. Let's hope it is off. Judd Trump returns to the arena. If you have any comments on the final, you can, of course, tweet either myself or Joe. I'm at Dave Hendon on Twitter. And Joe is at Joe Johnson 86. The 86, of course, the year you won the World Championship. Just reminding everybody.
Yes, it's not my age.
Well, here's Neil Robertson, and he'll be looking now to try and get a break together, get himself involved in this session, because he's not made the best of starts. He's 6-5 down. They didn't have Twitter in 1986, Joe. Didn't have the internet, for that matter.
Yeah, that's quite true. Somehow we still managed to communicate, though. Long red to the right corner. Couldn't see enough of it, so just played the containing safety shot.
I think in those days it was called talking.
Yes. Yes, if I have to talk to my little lad now, well, he's not little anymore, but I have to tweet him. And he's only upstairs.
Well,
sorry.
I was going to say, a lot's changed in the 26 years. There were no overseas ranking events outside the UK then. There's now 5 in China itself this season.
Great pot, good kiss. Is he getting his confidence?
Well, I think he's been helped by the fact he's seeing his opponent. He's not playing the sort of snooker that he was earlier on, and indeed that he has done all week. Not yet, anyway. So this is the time to try and make hay for Judd Trump.
Lots of action on the cue ball. To no avail.
8.
Difficult red to the baulk corner, but he wanted to be on one of these reds at the black end of the table. Thinking of playing the safety shot in behind the yellow, and that would be a good shot to play. Makes the next safety shot for Neil Robertson very difficult, but he's got to get that cue ball tight to the cushion. Hasn't quite got it tight. Now, can he see enough of this red to the right corner? He can afford to go for it. There's no reds available. He'd only believe in the red he's playing on. Snooker players' favourite type of shots, those when you can't leave anything when you're going for a pot. Except the red you're playing on, of course. Possible double. And the same scenario applied to that red. Couldn't leave anything on except the red he was playing on. Chance to win the frame, that, funnily enough. Any chance at all, he's going to take it. Well, that was a thin cut he was attempting. And it's Neil Robertson's turn to have a little bit of luck. That cue ball could have gone anywhere after careering into the blue. He's left a long red on. But with the cue ball being so close to the cushion, such a tough shot this.
One.
Oh, what about that? You just can't keep a good man down, can you? What a great shot. Worth another look. Full length of the table. And he's potted the black, got the cannon to the two reds. And he's off.
Nine.
Now needs to leave an angle on the black here to go into the reds. Not an easy pack to go into, but anything can happen.
70. Yeah.
Well, that's not a good angle. Has he seen something else? That was not a good shot. Thought he would have just left the cue ball where it was. He'd have been guaranteed of an angle. Having to go down for the other reds, down that baulk end of the table. And he hasn't quite gone far
24.
enough. It's potable, this red, but he's losing the cue ball.
25. Rainbow.
He's got an angle on the brown to go into them. Well, only just caught them.
29.
Just got too much screw into the cue ball. And although he's on this red, it favours a right-handed player. A switch of hands.
Judd Trump, 29.
Well, was it worth the one? Because it was never going to be on a colour, was it? Yes, he had a long yellow, but yeah, a chance to go straight into those reds.
1.
Well, that's not finished up too badly. He could try and go into them again here.
I think it's fair to say Ronnie O'Sullivan is still top of the list for ambidextrous snooker players.
7.
I think it's fair to say, David, that we may never see the like of him again for ambidextrous players. He could play the whole season left-handed. Perfect angle to go into them. And they've split beautifully.
Well, that red that Trump attempted right-handed that he missed, that could be very costly now.
Yes, for what kind of reward as well?
Well,
A little hard there for the blue. The green and pink may be a problem later on. The blue could be a problem right now.
Yeah.
He's not really got going yet, but Neil Robertson, he's a pretty cool customer, as we know, we've seen over the years. And he's got a great big match temperament, and the very fact he's won 10 of 11 TV finals is proof of that. So he certainly wouldn't have been panicking losing the first 2 frames.
$19.
Well, he looked to have got a big bounce when he potted the last red, when it came off the black cushion. Let's have another look. Well, looked to be a big bounce again, that.
Well, interestingly, they didn't recover the table for the semis and the final, which they usually do.
25.
By which I mean put a new cloth on.
Well, it seems to be bouncing fairly high, that cue ball. I'm sure he played for the red into the left corner. More difficult to get to a colour from this one.
31.
And the problem sometimes, Joe, if you feel that you're getting big bounces, you kind of play for a bounce, and then it might not come.
Well, that is exactly your point. I think he expected a bigger bounce there, and he's come the wrong side of the blue. Didn't get one. Just seems to happen somewhere around about here where he's bouncing.
37.
Again, may have played for that bounce, and look how short he is on the blue. Needs a good pot now. And if he takes it to the baulk corner, difficult one. If he takes it to the middle, he's got to miss the colours coming in and out of baulk. It's the baulk corner. Excellent pot. He's got some bottle, this young Aussie.
42.
Just a little heavy with his positional play. This black now, a difficult black down the cushion. And he'll be leaving the other red on if he misses it. Well played. Now must stay high on the black here so he can get to the last red on the cushion.
51. 58.
So just needs the red
59.
and more black. What a great response this has been from Neil Robertson. It wasn't an easy table. He was out of position 2 or 3 times.
A typically gutsy break, this blackish frame ball for 6-6. Great effort this, but it all came from that red that Trump missed when he was playing right-handed over the pack. Stayed in the jaws.
A little bit of showmanship, I think, just to show us he could play right-handed, and it wasn't worth the risk, that red, as it's been proved.
68.
And I did say that this green might come into play, but didn't work out the points before I said it. Obviously, it didn't come into play.
Neil Robertson, 68.
68, Neil Robertson's 6th half century of the match. Judd Trump needs 2 snookers. And this isn't a snooker. So surely that's 6-all now. Just hard to separate these two, isn't it? It's going to come down to the odd shot, like the one Trump played. Although it was a great break that Robertson made as well.
Robertson, 3. And the frame.
When the pressure was on, as it was, because he hadn't done much in the session up to then. But Judd Trump just slightly opened the door for him, and Neil Robertson ended up kicking it down with that 68 to draw level once again in what is now a gripping final here in Chengdu. We're level at 6-all.
Shanghai. There are many reasons to visit the cultural center of Eastern Asia and China's most vibrant city. And this November, there's yet another. The FIA World Touring Car Championship debuts at the Shanghai International Circuit. Come and share the excitement of a weekend of unforgettable racing in an unforgettable city. The FIA WTCC in Shanghai, from the 2nd to the 4th of November.
Every so often, something new is born. Something that makes our lives easier. That is sophisticated, yet so simple. And allows us more choice than we ever had before. Introducing the new way to make sparkling drinks at home. It's the SodaStream revolution, and it's here.
Well, it's 6-all. This is the last frame before the interval. Judd Trump has broken off. Got the cue ball on the bulk cushion.
Well, that was some distance away, but it was dead on the cushion. Chance for Judd Trump.
1.
And look at the way he's played that shot. Most players would have left the white ball where it was. It came through 2 cushions. Worth another look, this. Very difficult shot to play that. And that was such a nice shot he played there. Touch shot. Finding the gap, just opening the red slightly,
9.
leaving himself on reds. I do like the way this fella plays around the black spot. And the other fella as well. It's very special.
We had a couple of tweets. We had one from Stuart Alexander who said, Judd seems to have matured like a great cheddar. Well, he may have been a bit cheesed off with what happened in that last frame, but He has a chance to put it right here.
Again, taking the
20,
advantage to open a couple of more reds.
25.
There was 2 reds out when he came to the table.
32.
This is turning into a frame-winning break already.
He played a good break-off shot, didn't he? He got the white to the baulk cushion, which made the pot Robertson attempted really tough.
Well, he's soon put out of his mind that right-handed shot he played in the last frame. It's like it never happened. Most people would remember that shot for weeks. He might just be able to get to the red to the left corner. He hasn't looked at it yet. He has now.
37.
He has looked at this red to the right corner, and if he can get on that one nicely, that really would open things up. He's already 42 points in front.
42.
Deep screw back for the blue or the baulk colours here. Opens the reds. Oh, he's miscued. What a time to miscue. That's his second miscue.
Yeah, the first didn't matter because the frame was well over. This one could be really important.
Yes, I just wonder how many of those fancy shots that he plays when the frame's over, of course. I just wonder how much he's taking out of the tip of his cue. It just passed the black. Very nearly hit the black, it just passed. And now Neil Robertson in with a great chance. Oh, he's underhit that one.
8.
That was a little careless. No guaranteed position now. He's trying to nudge that pink out into play.
Nine.
Well, he couldn't have played that much better, could he? What a well worked out shot that was.
Big visit this, isn't it? Last frame before the interval. Psychologically, if he could win this frame, after particularly what happened after the last frame as well, give Trump plenty to think about.
Well, for a moment, I thought that had missed.
15.
Well, this match has been nicely simmering all day, but it's starting to come to the boil a bit, isn't it? Great chance this to retake the lead for the Aussie.
Well, he got a massive kick there. He's still on the red to the left corner, but it took all the pace out of the cue ball, that. He's not as ideally on this red as he would have been without the kick.
23. Well,
A couple of good kisses there, but still not easy, this pink. It could have been a lot worse.
30. One. 38.
Absolute silence. Everyone knows what an important visit this is.
Nine.
Not least the man at the table. You made a good break. That's 68 in the previous frame.
Yes, you've got to say though that it's 2 frames that Judd Trump has absolutely thrown away. Wasn't his fault, the miscue. But the red he took on in the last frame right-handed, it certainly was. And I just wonder how this is going to affect Judd Trump if Neil Robertson can win this frame and go back to leading 7-6 at the interval. It's as we were.
52.
I suppose the point is, to use a boxing analogy, if you've got your opponent on the ropes, you've got to keep punching. Don't give him a chance to get back up, which is what Trump has done here. The miscue, okay, you could say was a bit unfortunate, but the previous frame, when he left that red on, that really did give Robertson a chance to get going again. Get his confidence up, if nothing else.
Well, 14 points in front now, Robertson. And you'd expect him to win the frame from here. What an important frame.
57.
2 frames it could prove to be for Judd Trump.
It's come down to 2 shots, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The missed red right-handed and the miscue. But of course, he's had to make the breaks to win the frames.
Yep, he's had to hold himself together. Played it with a touch of right-hand side to check that cue ball back nicely for the yellow.
Yellow and green needed.
63.
And he's not going to miss this, is he? So it's going to be 7-6 to Robertson. It's going to be as you were when we came out, with the Australian holding a 1-frame advantage.
66.
Didn't make a good start, but I think it's fair to say the thunder from down under, as they call him, has weathered the storm here, and Judd Trump has helped him.
70.
But it's still too close to call. We've got an interval coming up, and then a possible 6 further frames to play. We might need all 6. So 2 good breaks here from Neil Robertson, who made a rather stuttering start to this final session, but a good 68 in the last frame got his confidence up. Judd Trump miscued here on 42.
88 on the frame.
And in very classy fashion, Neil Robertson has cleared up with 88. his 7th half century of the final. It's won him his 7th frame of the final. So just one in it still as they go to the last interval of this final. Neil Robertson leads Judd Trump by 7 frames to 6. And if you're a Neil Robertson fan, you want to stay with us during the interval because we're going to show you a little bit of magic from him yesterday in the semi-final against Sean Murphy. You probably guess what it is if you're with us at the time, but we're going to show you that, and then we're back in about 15 minutes time. There won't be any more intervals. 6 possible frames left, with Robertson needing 3, Trump needing 4. So join us again in 15 minutes for more live coverage. In the meantime, we can show you, as I say, a bit of Robertson magic from yesterday.
And it's Sean Murphy with the honour at the start of frame 5. Crowd just settling into their seats, hopefully putting their cameras away. 1 or 2 have been told off this morning for snapping when the players are in stroke, which is very distracting for them. Referee Leo Scullion has had to issue 1 or 2 warnings, but well, who can blame the crowd, frankly, for being so enthusiastic about this event? It's the first time this international championship has ever been staged. It's the richest event ever to be held in the Far East, with £125,000 to be won by the winner, along with the trophy, of course, and the small matter of 8,000 ranking points. This tournament right up there in terms of prestige and prize money, with the UK Championship, which gets underway
Sean Murphy to break
at the Barbican Centre in York at the start of next month. All that, of course, to look forward to.
Put the cameras away now.
And sure enough, another stern reminder from Mr. Scullion to the crowd that they need to put those cameras away. Now the serious business is back underway. Joe Johnson alongside me, Philip Studd in the commentary box. Enthralling opening session, Joe.
Yes, it switched sides a few times, didn't it? Neil Robertson set off very well, safety play, break building. But I think Sean Murphy settled down, helped by a couple of good rubs here and there. And as you said earlier, Philip, I think this is going to be a very close match. What about this for an attacking shot? A little fortunate to have got away with it. Once you go for a pot, no idea where the red's going to finish. It's finished okay this time. Well, didn't want the kiss on the brown. And although he hasn't left anything on for Sean Murphy, he's left an easy safety shot, can get his hand on the table. Every chance of coming in behind the brown. Attempt to then. Problem is 3-1 down. You've got to start getting these. Can't afford to miss them.
One.
Great pot. Absolutely great pot. Took a lot of courage to play that shot like he did. Knew he was leaving reds on. Had to go in. It's times like this when I mention maximum, when people players knock in a long red like that, finish nicely on the black and the reds are spreading nicely.
9.
Murphy made his only professional maximum to date a couple of years ago in China at the China Open. Very early days, but you never know.
Well, of course, he'll be trying to win the frame. That's paramount. He's already made a maximum in tournament play.
16. 17. 24. 25. 32. 33.
Just the start Robertson would have been looking for after the interval, having slipped a couple of frames behind.
Yes, it deserves all he gets, doesn't he, from that long red he knocked in. Chose to open the reds, stay on this red to the left corner. Very attacking shot now. Can he get through to this red to the left corner? Looks like he can. Can he get through to the black? He can.
41.
And now, I think he'll be thinking maximum, the way he's got the reds there. Of course, again, it'll be the frame that he wants to concentrate on. £125,000 for the first prize.
And a rolling bonus of 5,000 should the 147 be made. They used to be like gold dust, didn't they? A lot more common these days, the maximum breaks, but still a tremendous achievement, particularly in a major semi-final with all the pressure that that entails.
48.
Well, didn't quite come far enough for the red that he was intending to play on, so he may have to take the pink here. He could get the long stuff out and play for the red and come behind the black. The red to the left corner, that is. But this one in the middle of the cluster, this looks the favourite to play. Win the frame with the pink and forget about the maximum.
49.
Could have done with that cue ball just coming back 2 or 3 more inches. Awkward cueing over the red. That wasn't an easy pot, and he's had a good look at this red to see if it passes the other reds into that left corner. It must pass. He's played for it. He's having another look now, but he's played for this red, so it must go.
$56.
Anything but straight.
61.
Neil Robertson looking good then to reduce his arrears to a single frame.
62.
And doing it in style.
Made 3 centuries in his victory over Ryan Day in the first round of this tournament. We've had 25 in total here, the highest from Mark Davis. Total clearance of 138 in his victory over Mark Williams.
A 144 on here. If he takes blacks with all the remaining reds, that is.
Well, that was the red he required to put the frame safe, so he can focus now on getting the big break. And a champion response here from Robertson. Launched this contribution with that superb long red, knowing that had he missed it, it could have been Murphy potting these balls.
77.
That's the standard we're talking about here. The best players in the world. Margins are so fine. And it all adds up to a fabulous spectacle.
$78.
Well, could easily have played up for the blue there, but chose the black to try and set the target.
$85. 86. $93. 94.
Century number 26 of the tournament then.
101. $102.
That was a good pot and a nice angle on the pink or the black to go up for that last red. It's that middle pocket bump again. This time it didn't help the player.
Glance to the heavens from Robertson, frustrated there. But he's retrieved it with a terrific red.
What a great shot that was. I have to take the pink again, but that will still give him the highest break. If it goes in and he clears the table. Great shot. Fine shot, you could say.
In every sense. He's such a tremendous potter, this guy. That was the most eye-catching thing about him when he first burst onto the scene. Tremendous long potter. But he's become
170.
the all-round package in recent years.
So 142. if he gets them all.
And the potential for a nice little £2,000 bonus. That'll
120.
pay for a few Christmas presents.
I'd only pay for one in our house. She wants a big ring.
I'm sure she's worth every penny, Joe.
I'm thinking of taking her to the circus.
I don't think you'll get away with that.
129.
Just came the wrong side of the blue there, didn't it? Now, good pink.
$135.
And it's going to be a total clearance. What a break this has been.
A magnificent response from Neil Robertson on the resumption. Having lost 3 of the first 4 frames, he's cracked in a marvellous break of 142. A total clearance. It's Murphy 3, Robertson 2.
A single spark can turn night into day. A single idea can change the world. A single sword can turn the tides of war. One player can create an empire. You can make the difference. Sign up now for Forge of Empires at FOE.tv.
Every so often, something new is born. Something that makes our lives easier. That is sophisticated, yet so simple. And allows us more choice than we ever had before. Introducing the new way to make sparkling drinks at home. It's the SodaStream revolution, and it's here.
Welcome back from me, David Hendon and Joe Johnson at the International Championship in Chengdu in China. It's the final. Neil Robertson leads 7-6. The players, as you can see, are just back after the interval. No more breaks now. It's first to 10 to win the £125,000 first prize. Trump won the first 2 frames of this evening's session and was ahead in each of the next 2, but Neil Robertson made 2 good breaks, 68 and 88.
Thank you. Frame
So he's
14.
back in front. And this
Neil Robertson to break.
is frame 14. This is where the fight for the title steps up.
Not a bad start from Neil Robertson. Could just see the edge of the reds there. I caught them a little thick, hence the cue ball just reaching the balk line. No more breaks to come now. No more breaks to save anybody.
Go. Go. Go.
Well, someone's been chucked out, it would seem. And the rest of the audience are pretty happy to see that, by the sounds of it. Leo Scullion taking no more messing. Well, this is where the real pressure comes on, of course, the final mini session of this final. Who's going to stand up to it the better?
Yes, he's torn between taking that red on to the right corner, which would get him onto the black, the red to the left corner, or the safety. It's the safety. And of the two, you would say that Neil Robertson's been the more careful, the more patient, if you like. Judd Trump has had his chances. But it's just been a couple of shots that have made the difference in frames. But very exciting to watch. This is what Hawkeye is showing us Judd Trump has got. He can hit the red on the right side cushion, which looks to be favourite. And chose to play the red down the right side, and this doesn't look too bad. Didn't play the cue ball there, caught it too thin. But he'll settle for it. And not straightforward this. If he comes off the right side cushion and lands up into the three reds just below the pink, he could leave the red onto the right corner. And that could very well be end of frame. Well, could come off the right side cushion and try and hit the red to the right of the black, the one that's out in open play. But whatever he chooses is difficult. If he catches that red full, he leaves the red on just above the black. He'd need to catch it thin. Can't see far enough down that right side cushion to play the two cushion escape.
Go, and a miss. Neil Robertson.
Well, that's a
fine.
disaster. Awkward cueing, so asking for the cue ball to be replaced, and I'm sure that Judd Trump is delighted. You wouldn't have liked to have seen Neil Robertson taking that red on down the cushion. If he'd have got it, could well have been 8-6.
Yeah, sure. You bring it up.
They're going to get the still frame up just to be absolutely sure where the red was in particular.
He's trying to hit this red half ball, take that cue ball down towards the corner pocket.
Foul, and miss.
So close,
Neil
he's left the
Robertson,
red though, just above the black. He tried to land up behind that red.
One. Yeah.
just wonder how much those 2 frames just before the interval is going to prey on Judd Trump's mind. It's so important.
Yes, and of course it's not just what it's done to Trump's state of mind, it's what it's done to Robertson's, because he was struggling in those first couple of frames. 2.5 frames really, didn't do anything at all, and then, as I say, the door was open for him. He made that good 68, and now he's looking really good again.
Six.
Well, body language is saying he's not on this red. And he's very unfortunate not to be on something. He's not on that. The only thing he is on, by the looks of it, is the red to the baulk corner. And he couldn't possibly take that on, could he? You never know with these 2 attacking players. No, electing the safety.
Neil Robertson.
So, a let-off for Judd Trump. Not sure if you can see enough of the red on the cushion behind the black. It appears you can. Caught it a touch thick. A half chance then for Judd Trump. So close and so fortunate. How close was that?
It's not great for the heart rates of, course, the families and friends watching back at home. Not just in Australia for Robertson, but in Cambridge as well, where he lives with his partner and their young son. Judd Trump family in Bristol, no doubt watching as well. A few fingernails being bitten, I suspect, this afternoon.
Well, they can be very proud of their favourite. There's another one of those big screw shots, this time played for one of the colours. I expected to get that one. There was no attempt to get right back into the baulk there. But when you miss a shot, there's always a chance that you're going to leave something. He hasn't left anything. He's very good at that shot. Strikes it so well, times it so well.
Of course, he has just lost a close final in Shanghai, and no matter how good he is, if you start losing 2 or 3 of those in a row, it does take a toll. I think Mark Williams found that. He lost 3 very close finals over the course of the last year, 18 months or so, and I don't think he's quite been the same since. 9-5 up to John Higgins in the UK Championship. 9-7 up to Mark Selby in Shanghai. 8-5 up to Stuart Bingham in Australia, and lost all 3.
How do you remember all those scores? I can't remember who we played. Don't mind the scores.
Well, I won't be phoning you if I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Well, another very good pullback from the Australian. He was in a little bit of trouble himself there. And unless Judd Trump can see this red to the right corner, he's in a bit of trouble. Well played. The safety play from both of these players. Very good tap on the table from his very sporting opponent. Don't think he can see enough of this red to pot it. Let's see what Hawkeye can show us. No, he can only see the left side of the red as he's looking at it. Nothing to get back to balk to from that side either. Well, it is showing that he can see a red behind the pink there, although from this angle it doesn't appear to be able to see that red. The second red up from the black spot. You mustn't be able to see it. Not too bad.
That's a terrific pot.
And did I say not too bad? It was a terrific pot. And he's on the brown.
The thing is, he doesn't compromise his game at all, does he? This is the way he plays. He's going to play this way, I'm sure, now for the rest of the match. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But this is how Judd Trump plays the game.
Well, showing a bit of maturity, playing the snooker behind the yellow.
One.
Didn't quite get the snooker. I think he can see a red, Neil Robertson. But he can't do anything with it. Black's in the way of coming off the right side cushion and landing up to the red nearest the right corner pocket. So trouble here for the young Australian. He can pot the red, but there's no colour for it. And if he missed it, he'd be leaving Judd Trump in with easy chances.
There's Peter Ebden and his wife Nora, immaculately suited and booted as usual. Peter.
Oh, he did go for the pot. What a tremendous pot it was.
Well, that's got to be one of the best pots of this match.
Had to get it. Judd Trump was in amongst the balls, had he not got it. Now, the black's available, so is the pink. And how careless was that of Judd Trump not to snooker him behind the yellow. Could have rolled up behind the brown. Tremendous pot. Problem is, it isn't a gimme this black. Looks a lot easier on television, but he's considering playing the pink with the rest. That's how difficult the black is. And also in the back of his mind, he knows if he misses the black, it could be 7 each. That's a tremendous pot. That's 2 on the bounce. He really has got some bottle, this young man. Well, they both have, but
8.
to produce it at this level.
Well, Neil Robertson, for me, has taken psychological control of the match. He's ahead in terms of the score as well, but I think those 2 frames that he's just won before the interval, in the context of this final, have been absolutely massive.
9.
And he's not like he's not done it before. World champion, Masters champion. One of the very best in a big match.
Yes, but he should have been snookered, shouldn't he? That's the thing. He should have been snookered behind the yellow. Such a simple snooker to lay. I know, okay, he's got a terrific pot, Robertson, but you've got to say he shouldn't have been allowed to see it.
So a chance to go 2 clear.
Played to hold the spot.
22. 23.
Just spotted something on the cue ball, asking Leo Skillion to give it a clean. Well, actually, no, it's something on the table.
Yeah, what was the thing on the table you were talking about? The little fly. Yeah, yeah.
Little fly, but it won't be bothering us again, I don't think.
$27.
The pink passes the red into the left corner.
$28.
And now he's got 4 reds all queuing up to be potted into the right corner.
There's no doubt the final has swung the Australians' way. The only question is it going to swing back? There's still time.
35.
Well, he could have done with being straight on this black here. He may have to play a very delicate cannon here to the second red above the black. Well, obviously reds go.
$43.
Once again, could have done with being a little closer to the black. 57 points in front. Couldn't have played that one any better though. Just the right amount of right hand side on the cue ball.
51.
And this black would be enough.
Well, it was launched by a terrific red. It's another excellent break from Neil Robertson. And he's going to put him 8-6 up. Judd Trump should have snookered him behind the yellow,
58.
but he didn't, and he's paid the price.
59.
Yes, and I was saying there was nothing for the red. How wrong can you be? Brilliant shot. And well deserved this break.
Yes, and he scored the heavier of the two in the final. This is his 8th half-century. Trump's made 3.
65.
So Robertson, when the chances have come along, he's made the most of them. And he seems to be
66.
just getting better and better now. Certainly fancying the job. Seems to really get himself in gear for these big events. He might look like he's just walked off Bondi Beach, but he's a really tough competitor and seems to be getting tougher every year.
Robertson,
Break ends at 73,
Wonderful.
but it's enough to give him a 2-frame lead for the first time since he led by 4 frames to 2. So as I say, this is turned round rather, hasn't it? Judd Trump won the first 2 frames of this session, but Neil Robertson has won the next 3. And the man from Melbourne is 2 away from victory. He leads here in Chengdu by 8 frames to 6.
Shanghai. There are many reasons to visit the cultural center of Eastern Asia and China's most vibrant city. And this November, there's yet another. The FIA World Touring Car Championship debuts at the Shanghai International Circuit. Come and share the excitement of a weekend of unforgettable racing in an unforgettable city. The FIA WTCC in Shanghai, from the 2nd to the 4th of November. All your favourite events from Eurosport and Eurosport 2 are also available on Eurosport Player. The multi-channel function allows you to watch Eurosport, Eurosport 2 and Eurosport News at the same time. Additional live coverage on the bonus channels, plus an extensive on-demand library lets you watch what you want, when you want. Eurosport Player, the best way to watch sport wherever you are. To find out more, go to eurosportplayer.com.
Welcome back. 8-6 then to Robertson, and there's not long to wait for the next tournament, by the way, just 2 days in fact, because we're covering the next Asian PTC event. That's in China, in Zhengzhou City. Tuesday. I did say earlier that Mark Selby was in it, but he isn't, as it happens. I'm sure I saw his name in the draw, but I must have been seeing things, so a little careless from my point of view. But there's plenty of other big names in that, not least Ding Junhui. And our coverage starts on Tuesday here on Eurosport, so do join us for that one as well. In the meantime, Neil Robertson has just stepped out of the arena. He's 2 away from victory, and, well, every frame's big, of course, from now on, but this one is. If he gets to 9, he's a big favourite. Judd Trump. It's not done that much wrong. It has literally just been, I guess, 3 shots. The red he missed right-handed, the miscue, And in that frame, he didn't quite get the snooker behind the yellow. It's still a terrific red, though, that Robertson potted. He made 73, and he's just looking so good at the moment. Certainly on top in every respect, but it's not over yet. It's first to 10 to win this brand new tournament. I think it's been a great success. It's a really good snooker this week. I think the longer matches have made a difference, and of course the prize money makes a difference. 125,000 to the winner. So big frame, this frame 15.
Judd Trump to break.
Well, we know Judd Trump is made of strong stuff, and he's going to have to dig very deep now to get the last 3 frames out of his mind. Well, that red going right down into baulk. That's forced the safety to play down this end of the table. Unless he can pop this red to the middle, and what a shot that would be. Whew, wasn't far away. In fact, I think he thought it was in. He was up and on his way around. May have left a red on though to the right corner. We'll soon find out. Doesn't fancy the long red to the baulk corner. Red over the middle has made it a very dangerous situation now. You would think it's easy enough to play the red onto the black cushion, but you don't want to leave any kind of shot at that red. It's so close to the pocket. Any contact and it would more than likely go in. Got to be very careful. He's got a very good cue ball. Normally he'd try and stun in behind the black, but if he didn't get that shot, he'd leave the red on to the right centre. This is getting very interesting. Surely he's got no alternative now but just to roll into them, and he's got to be very careful he doesn't leave a shot on now. The importance of getting that cue ball close to the cushion. Well, for me this is the shot. If you can open the reds here, get the cue ball close to that left corner pocket, dead on the cushion, his favourite. It's got to be dead. Well, the reds haven't quite opened as they expected. So Neil Robertson can roll into them again. But he's running out of rolls. And he knows it. That's why he's considering taking this red on to the middle. Change of plan. Doesn't want to force Neil Robertson into taking a pot on, and that's why he hasn't put the cue ball back to the jaws of the corner pocket. He nearly took that red on to the right centre last time round. Mustn't leave him a shot at that now. And he hasn't. I think he's got one more roll up into these reds. Has he left one to the left centre? Anxious looks. He's shown a lot of patience, Judd Trump. Doesn't want to miscue here. And he hasn't hit it. He hasn't hit it. And he's not going to play this one right-handed and go for the pot. Mustn't leave a shot at that thin red just above the pink.
Judd Trump, one.
Good cue ball. And that's big trouble. The red over the left centre, stopping any attempt at dropping the cue ball in baulk. To taking this on then. He wasn't far away, but he's left reds on. This is Judd Trump's chance now. He's got black and pink available.
He's going to have to take it, isn't he? Because if he breaks down here, it's going to be hard to see him not leaving something on. because the reds are everywhere.
Well, he's just taking his time of this opening red. He knows how important this is.
One.
Needs to slow down. That's not good. He's got the blue to the corner, but it's a cut back. Well played. And I said what bottle
6.
Neil Robertson's got, but this guy, well, he's got plenty as well.
7.
Well, it makes a difference when you've been there before. Let's not forget in the UK final last season, he was 8-3 up. Mark Allen roared back with century after century and played great stuff, but in the end, Trump did kill it off, 10-8. The China Open he won, that was also 10-8 against Mark Selby.
12.
Snooker's very own master of brinkmanship. So he's done it before.
13. Foul. Judd Trump 13. Neil Robertson.
Well, that's
7.
incredible. Absolutely incredible. It was never in the pocket. Shouldn't have jumped off the table. But look where the cue ball is. A good 4 or 5 feet harder than where he wanted to be. Very close to the in-off.
1.
Well, Judd Trump will be delighted at where that cue ball's finished. Okay, he's going to be snookered next shot. But at least he's going to get another shot.
Neil Robertson 1.
Has he missed the snooker? Appears not.
Foul and a miss. Neil Robertson 4.
Well, that was a dangerous way to play that shot. If he hits it, he's pushing it towards the pocket. If he's going to play that red, he wants to be coming at it from the other side. And it is on. 2 side cushions drop onto the red.
Back towards the white. It's certainly not far away. You're talking little fraction now. Okay, Neil?
Well, maybe that's what he played last time and missed the red, and we thought that he was playing on the red by the baulk cushion. Well, Neil Robertson has invited Judd Trump to play this red into the middle pocket. Could have screwed the cue ball back nearer to the green pocket. This has been left on purpose. Could play him behind the green. It's very risky, but it's on. Oh, what a great pot.
One.
He needs another one. Terrific pot, but there's so much pressure on this black. Well, unbelievable. Deserved a good kiss. He might have a red into the baulk corner.
8.
Two fantastic shots.
Judd Trump, 8.
Well, didn't get that one.
Well, he's missed arguably the easiest of the three there.
Well, big decision this for Neil Robertson. He can take that long red on and win the frame, or maybe lose it. Well, again, that's not a good safety. That cue ball should have been closer to the cushion. He's got choice of reds to left or right corner. Neither of them easy. Oh, well, had it kissed the blue full, it would surely have been frame over. A slight raise of the hand, but that was very fortunate.
What a tense frame this is, and has been. Still just 10 points in it, but what a difference as well. 9-6 in a race to 10, or 8-7.
Can he resist it again, Judd Trump? The red to the left corner. Brilliant.
One.
Absolutely brilliant. Okay, he's got too much action into the cue ball, but a great pot. Now, remember the last frame, he missed the snooker behind the yellow. If he plays cushion first and lands up to the green, difficult to land up behind the brown. If he misses it, he leaves the long red on.
Good
Oh,
trump.
he's a lot
One.
too hard. Knew it as soon as he played the shot. Hello. Well, Neil Robertson's turn to raise the hand, but it won't stop him rolling up behind that yellow, I can tell you. It's that Russian again, in off the red.
Neil Robertson, 1.
And it's Neil Robertson's turn to be too strong on his attempt at snookering in behind the yellow. A let off for Judd Trump. Again, a little fortunate. That red coming up the table could so easily have landed in a potting position. He wants to take this red on to the left centre, but he's had a good look to see if he'd leave the red on over the right centre. Here's another look. Well, he could screw the cue ball back to the baulk cushion. That's an option for him. But he wants to pot this badly. Well, I think he played himself into trouble there, Neil Robertson. And although he has got a pot on to the right corner, he's got to be very careful. This looks like the first one to kiss the blow to me. Or going off in that green pocket. Or fluke one maybe. again, he's got options. Roll up behind the brown, snooker in behind the green. None of them easy. He's not taking the pot on.
Trump,
That was
one.
such a difficult shot to play, and I think he's got it.
That's the area that the green is covering.
A lot of trouble here, Neil Robertson. If he can land up to the red directly behind the black spot, but he'd have to judge this to perfection, otherwise he leaves the other red on. Not hard enough. He's left the red on.
Judd Trump, 4.
He won't be having that one replaced. This is a difficult shot, should I say. Just cutting the red back a fraction.
1.
Just played it a little too hard, but he's got a nice angle on the black. So he gets another chance, Judd Trump.
8. 9.
'It's a fascinating safety duel, that. And OK, he did fluke a red, but it was a great shot he played in behind the green. That was tough. Long distance away from it. Got the snooker. So he's 31 in front here.
17.
Well, that wasn't an easy shot either. Could only just see enough of the red. 38. The black or pink
23.
would be enough.
24.
Such pressure on both players to be able to produce top-class snooker under these conditions. It's why they're the best in the world. So Neil Robertson needs a snooker. One more red, you'd think, to make absolutely sure.
30.
And it's getting a bit closer. Flow in each direction.
And that's what's happened in this final, hasn't it? It's been a tremendous final so far. Very exciting, very watchable. And although this frame has taken a long time, it's been enthralling.
38.
Important frame, of course, for Trump, just to peg Robertson back. An enthralling duel here between two
Judd Trump, 38.
exquisitely talented left-handers. It's just got a little bit closer. Neil Robertson had won 3 on the spin prior to this frame, but Judd Trump reduces his arrears to just 1. So Neil Robertson leads by 8 frames to 7. He needs 2. Judd Trump needs 3. We'll be back with more right after the break.
In WWE's This Week, follow the rise and falls of the meanest wrestlers on the planet. And then check out their idols. Livens up any Wednesday night. WWE This Week and Vintage Collection, Wednesday night on Eurosport 2.
I brought you a bag full of rootin' tootin' tricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I ball hard, no tennis racket. I can see these haters through my Gucci glasses. I make hits like batting practice. What? Baby like Serena, is you really rapping?
Frente al arquero, va a tirar tiro, gol.
Our planet is getting hotter, and as a result, the world we know and the way we live our lives will change.
Parejas del oscuro jardín, si me llaman el loco, porque el mundo es así. La verdad es que estoy loco, pero loco por ti.
Show me your little dog, please.
Oh, you guys want to see it?
Yes.
This is my boy. Look at him. I can tell him he looks like a German Shepherd. He does.
Birdie num num, birdie num num.
All we really are is squirrels. We're being hunted, we are squirrels. We are appealing, we are squirrels.
It's morning in the Kalahari, and this female cheetah has discovered that her cubs are growing ever more independent. She calls for them.
Diät und Dauertrab nahm ich 7 Kilo ab.
Hättest du das bloß nicht gemacht? Ha, 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 ha.
Ich trank nur noch Selter pur, kannte jede Schlankheitskur.
Was hast du dir dabei gedacht? Ho, 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 ho.
So Rafa, do you know what you're going to give me for Christmas yet?
You know what? I'm gonna come to Switzerland and play an exhibition match for your foundation.
New York, I love you, but you're freaking me out. New York, I love you, but you're bringing me down. New York, I love you.
Must have the precious.
Let's go to bed. It's 5 o'clock.
I'm sexy and I know it.
It's time for Canada to strike!
Did you say strike?
Yes!
Put the body in motion. Down to it to start the commotion.
This is inexcusable.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end.
on to your hats. The world champion is in the house.
Oh, what a way to start. That is exactly how it should be done.
All sports, all emotions. November on Eurosport 2.
Wednesday nights on Eurosport 2. Meet the crew from World Wrestling Entertainment. In This Week, follow the rise and falls of the meanest wrestlers on the planet. And then check out their idols, the guys who inspired the new generation. This Week and Vintage Collection livens up any Wednesday night. WWE Wednesday night on Eurosport 2.
The Bundesliga is brought to you by Grundig, official partner of the Bundesliga.
Hello and a warm welcome to Super Sunday here on Eurosport 2 from the Bundesliga. We kick off today with a derby, one of the Rhine derbies. This is the first time in 16 seasons that Bayer Leverkusen have met Fortuna Düsseldorf in the Bundesliga. And it is the hosts who will start firm favourites. They haven't lost in 6 games, and last weekend, they beat the mighty Bayern Munich. To look forward to then, after the Rhine derby, we've got Werder Bremen against Mainz. And that, of course, will be tailed by our comprehensive 1-hour highlights package featuring every goal, every talking point, and every chance. So that's to look forward to. Back in the here and now, though, there's a buzz around Leverkusen because their team are in form. In fact, they are the informed team in the Bundesliga. They haven't lost in 6 games, and that is the longest current unbeaten streak. And compare that to their visitors, Fortuna Düsseldorf, who've lost their last 3 games. And how? Firm favourites, Leverkusen, join us after a quick break.
Exactly how it should be done.
All sports, all emotions. November on Eurosport 2.
Welcome back as the teams prepare to come out onto the pitch. Bayer Leverkusen, well, we really can't over-stress how impressive that victory was last week. Not only did they beat Bayern Munich, they beat them in Munich, in Bavaria. It was a morale-boosting victory. And let's have a look at the changes as well. A couple of changes. Sidney Sam comes in on the right side of attack. He replaces Gonzalo Castro, who drops back into central midfield, replacing Simon Rolfes. Manuel Friedrich comes in to replace Philipp Wolscheid, who's suffering from the flu, and Michael Rensing makes his first appearance of the season instead of Bernd Lehner, who, if you watched last week's tremendous victory, was injured at the end of the Bayern Munich game. Now a look at Fortuna Düsseldorf, a couple of changes here as well. Axel Bellinghausen comes in on the left side of attack. He replaces the captain, Lamberts, who drops back into central midfield, replacing Oliver Fink, who was sent off last week in the defeat at Wolfsburg. Nando Rafael comes in just behind the centre-forward, replacing Andrei Voronin. Now, joining me for the game is our Bundesliga expert, Andreas Jürger. Andreas, you know exactly why Voronin isn't just on the starting 11, but isn't even on the bench.
Yeah, he gave a very unfortunate interview in the German sports press, Tony, speaking out a little bit against the coach, because, I mean, he's been a disappointment, as has Duri Cha, two new signings for Fortuna Düsseldorf. And he said, well, apparently the club and me, it just doesn't work together. And Norbert Meyer, obviously not being very happy with that kind of interview, took him off the squad already for the cup match, which they won against Gladbach after extra time. And he's not figuring here